What's up, internet? My name's Ori. Welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button. You like this video, hit that like button, hit that notification bell. You'll never miss a video. You'll never miss a stream. Today is Wednesday, November 8th, day number 99 inside the Big Brother house. That's right. One more day to go. Tomorrow is finale. We'll find out who the winner is. I can't believe we've made it this far. There wasn't an update yesterday. Apologies for that. I did kind of take the day off because there just wasn't much to give you guys. There really wasn't a lot going on inside the house. Part 2 had not even taken place yet by the time I would have posted the updates anyway. I probably should have posted something around that time just so you guys didn't worry. Some of you guys were like, what? Where were you? What's going on? Ori, what's wrong? Everything's fine. It was just, there was nothing to do. But, you know, where did we leave off with not yesterday's update, but the day before? So 2 days to kind of really go over. But again, not much to really has happened in there. But we did find out who won part 2 of the HOH. We left off with Matt winning part 1. And Bowie and Jag had started to regret not taking him out and not keeping Felicia. They regretted it, but also didn't regret it because they were like, yeah, Felicia wouldn't have won the competition. It was that hanging slam comp from seasons past, which I actually kind of guessed right. Though they did say there was something about hair involved, which we didn't see on the episode that happened last night, which, by the way, there was an episode last night. No point in really recapping it since it was really a recap of the season. A couple of things I did want to say. I always like the diary room compilations. I just think they're kind of funny to see those random, more real and raw diary room segments, which I wish we got to see more of throughout the season. It'd be more fun if they did. But the other thing is there was really no Izzy segment. I felt like Izzy deserved something on that episode, but nonetheless, let's get back to what we were talking about. Matt, he won part 1, and they thought, yeah, if we had taken out Matt, he wouldn't be the winner of part 1 right now. But it'd be the coward's way out, right? Like, which I don't agree with, but I respect, right? Like, in my opinion, you do whatever you got to do to make your path as easy as possible. This whole like, oh, I gotta beat the best type of thing, or you know, I gotta be loyal. Like, listen, you gotta do what you gotta do to win at the end of the day. But at the same time, I respect the decision to stay loyal and be more of that type of player. I respect it. I don't agree with it. I wouldn't do it myself, but I respect it. They also kind of joked that neither of them would get jury votes in the end, but then also said that they would vote for each other. Like they would say, like, we would have one, right? Which is interesting that there would be no unanimous vote. Also changes some of the jury chart stuff, which we'll go over at the end of this video as well. Now, part 2 finally took place yesterday, and it was kind of like earlier in the morning, but like, again, not until after the update would have been posted anyway. And it took a while, but it was one of those comps where it was based on knowledge of the season comps, right? And they were all kind of scrambled up. And it was Jag who takes part 2. So there you have it. It will be Matt versus Jag in part 3 of the final HOH on finale night tomorrow to see who will have the choice between who they take and sit next to them. A little bit of a tough decision here because if you're Matt, it really doesn't matter, I don't think. You could take either one of them and you're going to win. I would imagine Matt is probably going to take Jag over Bowie just because he's the type that would be more loyal. And I don't think it's going to hurt him at all, right? I think he's going to be fine and don't have to worry about it. Jag, though, Jag's promised both of them that he would take them to the final 2. Here's the thing. I think Jag believed both of them would take him to the final 2, so he didn't have to make the decision. But then, is he planning on throwing the final HOH? Which seems like a wild idea to me, but maybe. As far as his conversations when he was talking to both of them with Matt, he's broing down. He's like, you know, fist bumping Minutemen to the end. Like he's really confident and reassuring to Matt, like, yeah, like we're good. With Bowie, he avoided it a little bit. And I don't know if that's because he's still playing Matt and he needs Matt to feel comfortable in case Matt wins. He needs Matt to take him. And with Bowie, he doesn't have to act that way and he can just act conflicted because I think he is like, do I stay loyal again or do I take him out and go with Bowie? And he kind of avoided the question with Bowie until she pushed harder and harder. Eventually, he's like, yeah, I'm going to do it. But she also had to sit there and listen to them kind of broing out. At one point, she threw a box of condoms at them because they were laying in Cory and America's bed. The other thing, though, is Bowie, she says she doesn't want to have to go have a conversation with Matt. She says, listen, like, I'm just sticking with you, right? Like, I hope you win it because I don't double commit. And I don't know if that's her trying just to make Jag feel guilty, right? Like maybe she's trying to make him go like, yeah, I don't double commit. Are you double committing right now? Are you playing both sides? Because I know you kind of are. Or is that a real plan? Because if that's a real plan, Bowie, go talk to Matt. Like, what are you doing, Bowie? But Bowie, go talk to Matt. Like, you don't just sit here in the final three and go, yeah, no, it's fine. Whatever happens. That's a terrible Australian accent, but that's basically what she's doing. She's just kind of going, it's okay if I don't get taken. Like, Jag will take me, and if not, maybe Matt will. Who knows? Like, no, go make a move, Bowie. And I don't know. Maybe if Taylor's right, and if Bowie was a guy, we'd say, yeah, no, it's fine. Like, you don't have to go and talk to Matt. You don't have to try in the final three. It's fine. If she was a guy, that's what we would say. Taylor, listen, I know I'm kind of harping on it again, but I mean, come on. Everything else she said was fine. I don't care. Everything else. But that was so off base, and she knew what she was doing. She knew what she was doing. Anyway. One thing I wanted to go over is the jury chart. Because again, we've talked about it, and I think for the most part, if Jag takes Bowie, he's going to win unanimously. Matt, doesn't matter if he's up against Jag or Bowie. I think he's going to win unanimously. We did have a little bit of a conversation with Jag and Bowie where they said, hey, maybe we give each other the vote. Right? Like maybe I vote for you and you vote for me. So we'll at least have one vote, right? Maybe that happens. Maybe it doesn't. If Jag is the one to take Matt in the final two over Bowie might be pretty bitter and might not do that either. But I think just overall, I think it's going to be pretty unanimous that it's Matt. But again, that brings in some chaos because there are some other things I could see happening with Jag. Do you guys want to see the chaos jury chart? Because I put together a little bit of a chaos jury chart that maybe has a little bit more fun. Let's take a look. So here we have where Bowie and Jag, they give each other these votes, right? So in that scenario with Matt versus Jag and Bowie, not much changes, though I did give Cameron vote to Jag because he has talked about how like he really respects Jag's game. So I could see him voting for Jag in the final two, even over Matt. But I think no matter what, Matt has Cory, America, Cirie, and Felicia kind of locked up no matter what. Blue, I think, will end up going with Cirie as well. Though I could see her being closer to Jag, voting for Jag. That still is only a three people that you would need. And maybe Cory moves over, but I think Cory and America are really both big Matt supporters. So in the end, I think they end up going there. But the more fun one is what happens with Jag and Bowie. Let's say, because at this point, Jag now has to cut Matt if this scenario is to take place. There is no way that this happens and Jag didn't burn Matt. Does Matt get bitter? Does Matt not vote for Jag? And if so, maybe Blue is still bitter enough not to vote for Jag. And maybe even Cirie is bitter enough to go, you know what? Let's give it to Bowie Jane. And maybe Cory in America are bitter enough and also think it's funny enough for Bowie to win. I don't think this is going to happen, guys, but it's not a less than zero chance, right? Like there's a very low, slim chance that Bowie could potentially beat Jag just on like bitterness and like the way things played out. I think he's not going to get lose Cameron's vote. I think Cameron would vote for Jag still in that scenario. I don't see Cameron voting as a bitter jury member. I think Cameron just overall is going to vote for someone he thinks deserves. I don't think he votes for Bowie, even though I guess that technically that could be seen as a little bitter. I just don't think Bowie has played a good enough game that Jag thinks is better than, or that Cameron thinks is better than Jag in that game. Felicia, I also don't ever see voting for Bowie Jane. I think she would end up probably voting for Jag just because she thought he played better. But maybe, right? Like maybe she talks with everybody else and goes along with it and she's on the Bowie train too. And maybe it's 6 people vote for Bowie. I think we're more likely to see these scenarios take place, but it's fun to think about what happens here, right? It's maybe it could, but I think this is more likely what will take place. Now, the other thing I wanted to talk about as well was the draft. Let's take a look at how the draft is looking right now. If you guys wanted to keep up with the draft as well on your own, see more of this stuff in detail and kind of go through the leaderboards and how the points are given out, there's 2 places you can go, bb.house, and then there is also a Google sheet here as well that you can look at, but bb.house is prettier if we're being honest. So here we go. Here's the leaderboards as we head on into finale night. And it does seem like maybe we might have some things decided here. So we've got Dud, Emily, and Don't Call Me Chrissy all tied at number 1 with 94 points. Coming in at second, we have Liv and Donette coming in at 87 points at number 2. The only big differences with their 2 teams is the change of Cameron and Jared. Jared not making it to jury, Cameron making it to jury. 1 week difference there pretty much for these. So as we head on down here too, we've got number 3, have you seen this effing movie before? 85 points with Bowie Jane. Now, here's the interesting thing. What happens if Bowie Jane wins? What? So now the final 2 would have to be, because let's take a look at how the points break down for the end game here. You get 10 points if any of your picks make the final, comes in 3rd place. You get 20 points if any of your picks comes in 2nd place. 40 points if any of your picks wins the game. So all these teams are guaranteed to be getting at least what 50 points, or well, they're all guaranteed to be at least getting 30 points. But if one of them has the winner, which there's potential that this team doesn't have a winner, right? If Bowie wins, these teams don't have the winner. And if Matt wins, this team doesn't have the winner. If in a Matt winning scenario, and nothing changes. I don't think there's anyone that only has Matt, right? Like nothing's going to change there. In a Jag win, not much is going to change here either, because they also have Jag. The point differential is enough that if Matt gets cut, right, because you get 10 points and 20 points, that's a 10-point difference that could potentially put this, you've seen this effing movie, over Donette, and would it put them in striking distance? What would be the difference there? So it's we could have some movement here, people. Finale night's going to be interesting to watch because if Bowie ends up winning, we could have an overthrow. So maybe even just for the draft alone, we're rooting for Bowie Jane to win this thing. So that's a scenario to keep an eye on here, people. I didn't even realize that we could potentially see this. We could see this happening. There is one other thing, and we'll switch over here because this is going to be the better way to kind of talk about it. So there was one rule this season, minus 100 points if you put name for your name. Now, this was a rule that was made because last season, I can't tell you how many people submitted a team, and in the spot where you were supposed to put your name, they literally put name. So I made it a rule that if you put name as your name, you were getting minus 100 points. Now, one jokester did put name as their name, and they have been all the way down here at the bottom since the very beginning. Their team was Cory, Jag, and Red. Here's the interesting thing. They're currently sitting at minus 40 points. Jag is going to be potentially in the final two. I think it's pretty much guaranteed Jag's in the final two. I think both he's taking him, and I think Matt's going to take him. I don't think he's going to take Bowie, but there's a chance he's not. So maybe he doesn't get there. But if Jag wins, he gets 40 points, meaning that name here made up 100 points along the season, which would not mean that he would win. He wouldn't win, but name would be up here somewhere. name would be towards the top. Name would be in a much better position than they are if they didn't put their name as name. So just saying, in future drafts, maybe don't put your name as name. Maybe just make sure you actually put a name there for the future. But that's all I really got for you guys. We will find out who wins BB25 tomorrow night. It's going to be a wild one. Can't wait to see how this all plays out. Let me know what you guys are thinking in the comments down below. Who do you think will win part 3? Who do you think they then take to sit next to them in the final 2? And who do you think will be the winner of BB25? Let me know in the comments down below. We will still have stuff to do tomorrow. There's not going to really be much to update everything on, but maybe we'll go live and we'll have a little chat before tomorrow's big finale. So look for that tomorrow morning. Thank you guys all so much for the support you show me here on this channel. It's just been absolutely amazing. I know I say it all the time, but it truly is awesome that I have all of you guys here coming back each and every morning for more updates. If you are new here, though, hit that subscribe button. You like this video, hit that like button, hit that notification bell. You'll never miss a video. You'll never miss a stream. Check out the links to all my socials in the description down below. Pin comment. You can check out things like the Discord. The Discord's been so much fun as it's continued to grow. More of you are finding your way on into there as we talk not just about Big Brother, but other things in life, other reality shows, sports, showing our pets and stuff like that in there. So it's just kind of been a cool place to watch that grow as well. Check out the Twitter, Twitch, Kick. We'll be streaming there a lot more, especially with the season wrapping up. But also content here is not going away. We're also going to have recaps of the season. There's some off-season projects that are in the works as well. So make sure you don't go anywhere. And we're also going to be doing some morning live streams, I think, throughout the year. Just kind of keeping up with what's going on. So definitely keep an eye out for all that stuff as well. Thank you guys again for watching, and I will see you next time.